I'm Tom Lucier. I'm the gentleman who's been doing the Downtown Woe blog, letting you know what's happening downtown then and now. And I have someone to introduce you to, someone who's going to be hopefully a regular contributor to the site, someone who has more to offer than I do in a particular field. This is Neil Helmer. He's a field archaeologist and was once an exhibit curator for the Windsor Community Museum. And he's actually worked in the heritage field for over a decade. But I know Neil as somebody who was new downtown about 5 years ago, and every time I heard you say something, it made me turn my head like, how does he know that? And somebody would be digging up something on Olette Avenue, and they'd find trolley tracks, and you would spout dates and names, and you knew a lot more than the average Windsorite or average person should even know. And I found out that through our friendship that you actually know a lot about what's going on, and part of it is because we're somewhere right now that you're pretty familiar with. Yeah. Where are we?
Well, Tom, right now we are in what's nicknamed the Fort. We are underneath Pitt Street right now. This is the storage facility for Windsor's Community Museum.
Yeah.
This is right above us right now is the historic site called the Francois Bobby House.
Yes.
That is where Windsor has their museum. I don't know if anybody out there knows where it is. You should. You should make it down here whenever you can. It's on Pitt Street, 254 Pitt Street West. But right now, I'm going to show you something a little bit personal. It's like not only do I work in the history field, but I'm also really tied to it. It's like I have a little bit of local history right here in the storage shelf. So
yeah, which is incredible. You have some pretty sharp ties. Now, for people who don't know, this little mechanism, this is pretty cool. These are the archives. He's digging through to find artifacts, and it's a cool space.
Take a look around here. I'm going to show you right now.
Whoa.
What we have here,
Oh.
this little beauty, is a pipe tomahawk.
Explain that. How is this a pipe?
Well, tobacco would be put in here.
Yes.
Smoke it like this. It would be used for ceremonial occasions. Probably never ever used in battle. There's not really any nicking on the blade. But what's special about this pipe tomahawk is this is my great-great-great-great-grandfather's pipe tomahawk.
Four greats?
4 greats.
Now,
4 greats.
your great. So where was he from? What was his background?
He lived outside of Amherstburg. He was the chief of the Wyandotte Indians, where we get the name for Wyandotte Avenue.
Jeez.
He was the last elected chief before the tribe decided to basically become normal Canadian citizens and enfranchise themselves as Canadians. He lived outside of Amherstburg. This was donated from the family to an acquaintance who in turn, there's been a few trades along the way. It came into the museum's possession. But yeah, my grandfather, 4 times removed, used to hold this in his hand, use it for ceremonial occasions.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool tie. That it sounds like you have probably several stories like that, and think about how many stories, are in each of these shelves.
Well, yeah, that's it, Tom. It's like right now, like the museum has probably 1.5%, maybe 2% of their entire collection on display at any given time. The rest, we're sitting around right now. Every shelf is jam-packed. And if you want to scroll around, it's like you can just see how big this place is and how much
the fort.
Stored here. Yeah.
Now, what we're going to try and do together is go out. Maybe post every 10 days or 2 weeks or something. Maybe regularly a historical feature, something that's going to reintroduce people, kind of remind them about downtown history. We're going to do that through artifacts, spaces, buildings, maybe even people, and you are the guy who's going to help us do that.
So in the future we might be back down here again. And
I hope so.
Other little tidbits of our history, but yeah, I'd like I think people need to know what they're missing downtown and what used to be here. Sometimes we're going to talk about things that aren't even here anymore.
Yes. Well, and what a good place to start. We're probably going to preview. Well, not preview. We are going to take a really good look at Windsor's Community Museum, maybe for our first piece. And there's no better no better place to start than the spot where all this stuff is stored.
So stay tuned.
Look for this guy, and you're going to see a lot of us telling you some stories again about downtown's history. It's going to be really fun. I think I'm going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
You can thank him ahead of time if you see him in the street. He's downtown all the time.
You're welcome.